the front.
LeBron and Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. There's a talking point since game one that you guys are going to be deflated after such a frustrating loss. I'm just wondering what your response to that is.
I don't really have a response to it.
How do you expect your team to come out tomorrow?
I expect us to come and play with the same grit that we had in game one. And, we made a lot of mistakes in game one. I expect us to be better.
Right here, Mark in the second row.
Mark Schwartz, ESPN. LeBron, you've been through adversity your entire life, on the court, off the court. What have you learned since you were a young player or even a young person about how to overcome adversity that can help you in this particular situation after such a difficult game one loss?
It's a new day. And for me, I woke up, feeling excited about the opportunity for us to get better today. And excited about the opportunity that presents itself tomorrow and myself. But, I can never compare the adversity I went through when I was younger compared to playing basketball. This is just basketball. This is not adversity. And not when the things that I've been through in my life. This is fun.
And secondly, George Hill said yesterday that for him, game one was the toughest loss in his entire career. How can you as a leader help lift a player like that who maybe hasn't been through it before?
We both went through some of the same, emotions. It's one of the toughest losses I've had in my career as well. Just because everything that kind of went on with the game and the way we played, and obviously we all know what happened in the game. So it was a tough 24 hours, not only for G Hill but for myself, for our whole ball club, because we put ourselves in a great position to be successful. But like I said, give yourself a day. If you need to take 2 days, okay. But today you should feel excited about the opportunity to be better, and be great. And move forward.
Tom on the right.
Tom Haberster, Bleacher Report. LeBron, I know you've talked a lot about how important sleep is for your recovery and how vital it is for your performance. Sure. I remember back in Miami, Dwayne was always team no sleep. But I was curious when you believed that sleep was this weapon for you and how that evolved throughout your career, whether you were prioritizing it when you were a rookie, and when did that really impact you?
I think as you get older, you understand what benefits your body more and more. Depending on what you put in your body as far as food and nutrition, things like that. How many hours a night that you try to get. Now, obviously some nights are different from others. But how much optimal sleep you will want to get to help your body recover. How much working out and things that you do. I think every individual is different. I found a great balance in what helps me be in the best possible shape I can be on a day-to-day basis, and I just try to follow that.
But early in your career, did you have the same appreciation for it, or did you just learn over time?
No. I was 18 when I came into the league. I could do whatever I wanted to do. I could stay up throughout the whole night and play 48 minutes the next night, and then not ice after the game and go right home. So I was 18. I didn't even tape my rookie year. So no, I'm totally different.
Ken in the back right.
Ken Berger, Bleacher Report, here to your right, LeBron. Years ago, there was a concept known as the Jordan rules, just certain principles that teams believed they had to live by in order to defend him. Given all the approaches that you've seen throughout your career, all the coverages, all the different looks that you get from game to game in a series like this and even within a game, how would you define the LeBron rules?
I don't think there are LeBron rules. I think, for me personally, I think a coaching staff puts together a game plan that best suits his team, best suits the individual when going against myself and my teammates, and they try to be successful with that. Obviously we all heard of the quote-unquote Jordan rules or whatever the case may be, and whoever decided to bring that notion up and a way to stop Jordan. But I think more importantly, this is a team game, and coaching staffs put together game plans that best fits their team, to stop either that dynamic player, but also the rest of the guys on the floor as well.
And what would you say is the biggest difference in how you're defended now versus when you're early in your career when you first came into the league?
There was parts of my game that you can disrespect early in my career. You can't do that now.
Joe in the third row.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. LeBron, we can't see it under your hat. So how's your eye today?
It's better. It doesn't look better, but the docs told me it's better, and it's just going through stages right now of recovering. But it looks worse than it did during the game, but it feels better.
I have a different follow-up after this. But so did you basically score 51 points with one eye that was blurry?
Nah, I had some points before that already.
Can you see now? I mean, is it still blurry?
Well, I'm taking my medication that I've been given by the doctors. My eye drops and my antibiotic to help me with the recovery as fast as possible. But it's an eye. I mean, it's going to recover as fast as it can on its own. There's nothing that you can do. It's not like I can like ice it or anything like that. Or if I get more sleep or whatever case may be, I just have to naturally, organically let it heal. Like I said, it's been better, but it's better today than it was in game one. Like I said, it doesn't look better, but it feels a lot better.
And then the other question I had was, as game one was starting, Dan Gilbert sent out a number of tweets basically with his thoughts on how this team made it to the finals this year. Were you aware of those tweets, and did you have any reaction to them after the game?
Nah, not aware. I'm not on social media right now, so I wasn't aware of that. It was his account, though, right? Did-oops. Yeah.
Tim in the back right.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press, all the way in the back. Bron, one of the many things that you're obviously notorious for is getting to know the strengths and weaknesses of your teammates, from how they like the ball passed to them, to the spin, to the speed. You've kind of taken that to a next level. Your time with JR, what have you learned about him as far as what you need to do with him the last 24, 48 hours to get his mind right for tomorrow night?
I think JR is one of the most resilient guys I've ever been around. I think it just comes from not only him personally, but his household, his mom, his dad, his brothers, his sisters, and not his family now as well. He took that. He probably took that loss as hard as anybody the other night, just as anybody on the team. But one thing about JR, he has an uncanny ability to bounce back, and I think people have seen that throughout our postseason runs where he hasn't played well or played to his ability that he think he should have played, and then the next game he comes out and shoots the ball extremely well and just very locked in. And for me, I don't really have to. I don't think I need to say anything to JR. I mean, I've been knowing JR since he was in high school. I mean, it's not like he's a new teammate of mine or someone I just met. JR knows what I expect out of him, and he expects things out of me, and we just try to go get it done.
Mark in the front.
Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. Along the line of questioning regarding the LeBron rules, when you're getting different defensive coverages and switches with different personnel, what sort of things are you reading and trying to take advantage of?
I think it's all about angles and for me seeing things before they happen. Being able to be the defender that's in front of me, but understanding there's going to be multiple guys either stabbing at the ball or rotating or poking at the ball or just putting bodies and hands in front of me. So, you have to be strong with the ball first of all, and especially against a Golden State Warriors team who's so great with their hands, either from Steph, Draymond. Obviously, Iggy hasn't played in game one yet, but in the past, with Iggy, Sean Livingston, and the rest go on. They're so good with their hands. You have to be very strong with the ball. So. Being able to read and react to the defense, being able to, not only get past your guy, but know when the rotation has happened and being able to put the ball, on time and on target to your teammates. So there's a lot of things that go on, and I just try to read and react and know what's going on throughout the course of a game. And it may change from quarter to quarter. Coaches make adjustments, players make adjustments on how they guard you, and then you have to always be on your toes on, seeing that, throughout the course of a 48-minute game.
How are they different defensively without Andre so far?
Well, they're damn good with him, and they're damn good without him. No matter offensively or defensively, they've sitting out they've had a two-time MVP sit out playoff games and they've won. All right, in the postseason, they're good. They're great, actually. So let's not get too far on that.
Chris, last question in the back left.
Chris Haynes, ESPN. LeBron, when you first came in the league, the only time you would hear from criticism would be from, I guess, us media members. And now with social media and people come up with these memes and these creative bits and whatnot, how have you adjusted to that as far as, I don't know if you engage or look into that? And secondly, how have you noticed your teammates or your peers, is it a negative effect on them if they consume that too much?
I think it comes with growth. I think it comes with understanding what matters and what doesn't matter in your life, in your personal life. For me, it took time. Obviously, I came in the NBA before social media. I don't know how many people are part of the league before social media that's in here, but I see a few of you got some gray haired guys in here, so you guys are definitely around then. There was, you could hear criticism, but it took 4 or 5 people to finally get to you, if the criticism happened. And then as you get into the later, years of the 2000s, then you start the social media thing. And, everybody's excited about it. Everybody is like, okay, just the touch of a finger, you can post something or see something. Everybody's, it's like it's the greatest thing ever. And then if you like a celebrity, then you realize it's actually really bad for you, if you pay attention to it. Like if you really pay attention, there's people out there that really try to tear you down, and you have to realize that 1, you don't know who they are. 2, they don't know what they're talking about. 3, they've never stepped in your shoes or been in the light to understand what it means to have to perform or whatever the case may be. I guarantee there's doctors and surgeons and cops and firefighters and people like that that's on social media, and people are roasting them too. You can't really and as you get older, you realize I'm going to do what I do. I put all my time into my craft. I give it all that I have, and I live with the results. You can't get involved in that. So I can only speak for me. I've learned how to laugh at the memes that come through. I learned, if it's someone that's trying to, kill me in a fashion, to laugh at that too, because it's funny at times as well, and not take too much into it. I can't sit here and tell you how my teammates go about it, because at the end of the day, we all go to our separate homes after practice, and we all to our separate rooms when we're on the road. So I don't know how much scrolling goes on, but if I have some words of advice, if you're a part of it and it bothers you, then you probably should just delete it off your phone. That would be if it bothers you.
Thank you, LeBron. Kevin Love will be up next. Thank you. All right. Two in the front. Mark, first question here in the front.
Kevin, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Given the circumstances of the way Game 1 ended, how difficult is it for you, for teammates, to rebound and put all that behind you as if it never happened? And is that the process that you've learned to do in that situation?
Yeah, I think regardless of what went down in the nature of in which we lost, you just have to move on. I think I guess a silver lining for us would be the togetherness.